Hello, cousins. How are you guys? Thanks for tuning in and listening to me as we talk about all things reality TV. With me, Mia C, your reality TV expert, and I'm going to guide you all through life and all through everything your favorite reality stars have been up to this week. First, I'm going to start by telling you what I've been up to this week. I have an upcoming birthday, and it is stressing me out that I took on a trip that I wanted to include multiple friends and family who live in multiple states and are from different phases of my life. Don't do it. It is ghetto. Highly do not recommend. On a 1 to 10, I give it a one. Abort. Mission abort. Don't do it. Don't do it. They make it look all glamorous and fabulous. You're watching the Real Housewives of the Ultimate Girl Trips, and they're filming in all these exotic locations, and they're doing all these water sports. I was like, yeah, that's gonna be me for my birthday. And I'm gonna have all my friends and family. Don't do it. Abort. Mission abort. Some people got partial payments going to be listening. I'm not gonna say your name, so I won't be talking about you. So don't come calling me up to my cousin. You talking about me? Cause is I is. But I got partial payments, people canceling last minute. Why I can't get a refund? This plane ticket is too high. I'm not flying on Spirit. And it's just a lot going on. Well, hotel we're staying at, hotel shouldn't cost that much. Don't you have a discount? I got a discount. You ain't got a discount. But but it has just been overwhelming. But I am super happy to be sitting in the seat and sharing today with you guys. So what are we gonna talk about, right? We're going to talk about Larson Pippen. Not only who she's dating, but the way she's going about getting the word out about who she's dating. That's the part that's got people in uproar. Kylie Jenner has finally named the baby. So her and Travis Scott have their second child, and we've just been anxiously, I don't know how anxiously, but we've been waiting to know what the baby's name was going to be. And so she finally released the baby's name and a photograph of the baby. And wait till you find out which one of your favorite childhood singers, Mama, is just out here wilding, just out on the block shooting people. She's been charged with second-degree murder, and he's asking for privacy at this time. So just you gotta stay tuned. You gotta stay locked and loaded to know who, which one of your favorite childhood singers' mother that is. And we're gonna get into Love and Hip Hop, a little update about what's been going on Love and Hip Hop, a little update about what's happened on Married at First Sight, which you all know I really wanted to be on that show, but I got married after a couple of sites. So, but stay locked and loaded, stay tuned in, keep it locked with me, Mia C, as we continue to live in reality on 101 TKO Radio.
All right now.
got caught up reading this. I couldn't believe what I was reading about Larson Pippen. Okay, so Larson Pippen, we know her from the Real Housewives of Miami. Very beautiful woman. She was married to Scottie Pippen for 24 years. Who's Scottie Pippen? How old are you to ask that? But Scottie Pippen played with the Chicago Bulls during their highlight, during that whole 96, 93 through 96, the three-peat season where Michael Jordan got all the rings. Well, Scottie Pippen was his right-hand man. Now, although it seemed like they had a great relationship while they were playing ball, it's very important that there was a lot of static off the court. So Pippen and Jordan had an on and off type of relationship. It was really rocky. Their friendships always had a lot of ups and downs. Well, he was married to Larsa during that time. They had been married for 24 years. Fast forward, she's on the Real Housewives of Miami, season one, and things between her and Scotty doesn't go so great, and they ultimately divorce. They separate and then divorce. Then it came to our knowledge that Larson was dating Future. Yep, the rapper Future. So she went from, yeah, and it was such an age gap there, but she went from dating, from being married to Scottie Pippen to dating Future. Now her and Future broke up, of course, that didn't last any time. And now she's linked to Michael Jordan's son, Marcus Jordan, another MJ. So now, right, go ahead, you can push it. You can push it. Oh, hell no. So Larson now is with Michael Jordan's son. Isn't that crazy? And so it's not even the Who anymore, but she keeps taking these pictures in front of MJ related things. I don't get that. So this weekend, her and Marcus, MJ's son, keep that in mind, uh, did several photo shoots in Chicago at the Jordan store in front of a big Michael Jordan jersey that they have there in front of the store. So it's a huge jersey with the Bulls replica and the 23 emblem on it. And they're just doing all these photos and she's posting them to Instagram. So it's like, are you adding salt to the wound? As my grandma would say, you're adding salt to the wound. Okay, you and Pippen didn't work out. You guys are divorced. You're dating MJ's son, and now you're doing photo shoots continuously all the time. If you ever follow her, she's always posting pictures of her and Marcus in front of some type of MJ replica. And why? Why? I just feel like if you broke up, if we're separated, go on with your life, I go on with my life. But she just taunts the situation. What would you expect from a reality star, though, right? But she keeps taunting. I want to give you guys the number. I need my cousins to call up here. We're 678 439 7419. And I just really want to hear how some other people might have taunted an ex after you've separated and supposedly moved on. Because we don't hear anything about Pippen and who he's dating or anything he's doing. She goes out of her way to make sure that we know she's with Marcus and that Marcus is somehow affiliated with Michael. She goes out of her way to post it constantly. So give me a call up here, 678 439 7419. I want to know, what have you done maybe to taunt an ex, or what has an ex done to taunt you, I think, to go out of your way to let me know what you've done to an ex. Just maybe just to keep you in their mind, I think. I think that's kind of what it is. But I want to talk about the Kardashians. You know, we got to keep up with the Kardashians. You can't do reality TV without keeping up with them. But it's so much to keep up with. We go save them for the 3 o'clock hour so that we can keep up with Kylie. We go keep up with Kim. We even go keep up with Kanye. At this point, Kanye's a Kardashian. So we gonna keep up with Kanye Kardashian. We gonna do all that in the 3 o'clock hour. But let me tell you about Sammy. And now I teased you guys and was like, hey, let me tell you which one of your favorite childhood singers, R&B singers, mother was just arrested for murder. And it's gonna be Sammy. So remember that terrible verses over the pandemic time? We had the verses that had Sammy and Ray J, Omarion, and a bunch of the other ones. And that's when we really got to say, hey, they not who we thought they were, but Sammy was one of them on stage. And we haven't heard really from Sammy. I think his last song was like in 2006. But back in '99, his biggest hit he had was called "I Like It." I'm not gonna play it because it's not a banger, so we're not playing it. As Josh told us last week, it's Googleable. So Google "I Like It" if you choose to from Sammy, and you're gonna see an adorable little kid singing, and it's a catchy tune for back in the '90s. But as of today, let me tell you what's going on with his mother. So Sammy's mother, unfortunately, was arrested and she was charged in Orange County, Florida, for shooting at cars, just random cars that had been driving by. She hit several cars, multiple cars, but unfortunately, she struck and killed a mother, a young mother who was 27 years old, a mother of two, there in Orange County, who was just driving down the street on her way from picking up groceries, they said, from picking up groceries. And Sammy's mother was out there and she was yelling explicits at people and saying that people were following her. Now, there's no proof or no evidence of anyone following her once the police got there. However, she felt as if people had been following her and she just started shooting. So what's funny in reading her statement is she says, "Yeah, I shot at those cars, but I didn't shoot this car. I shot in the air when this car was driving past." But unfortunately, the young lady was shot and killed at the same time, supposedly, by the bullet that she says she shot in the air after saying she shot at the other cars, but I didn't shoot that car. Nonetheless, so she's been charged at this point and for second-degree murder. I usually feel that there's some type of mental illness or drugs involved in that. So my heart goes out to both families, Sammy and his mother, of course, for what situation they're going to incur, but also for that young lady who was killed in this situation. My heart goes out to that family and those daughters. So, Sammy, you guys are in our prayers. He's asked that we respect their privacy at this time and not really talk on it too much. So I respect you. That's it. I reported it. It's done. But stay tuned with me because we're going to come back and talk about love and marriage DC this time. So I'm Mia C. We're living in reality on 101 TKO Radio. Talk to you in a minute. Miss Diane, Portia. Portia's mom. Happy birthday, Miss Diane. Also, happy birthday to Miss Kenya Moore. Yeah, Kenya looks amazing. She turned 52. Going with the win fabulous. As she says, she's going with the win fabulous. Kenya Moore, Miss USA, back in win days. But she was Miss USA from Detroit and she turns 52. She looks amazing. We see her and I'm looking forward to seeing her in the new season of The Real Housewives of Atlanta. And Miss Diane, although we haven't seen you lately, we've seen you in a few posts just traveling the world. Portia got you somewhere everywhere, just living an amazing life. I'm sure you had a fantabulous 52nd birthday. So happy birthday. Um, I'm going to continue to save this keeping up with the Kardashians, but just to give us a little gateway into it, I'm going to start with Pete Davidson. So I'm going to name him Pete Kardashian right now too. So, but Mr. Pete Kardashian Davidson, um, he removed something this weekend. They noticed it's no longer on him. His Kim K tats. So Pete and Kim K met on the set of Saturday Night Live. Honestly, I don't know if that was the first time they met, but they did have a skit together on Saturday Night Live where she was Jasmine and he was Aladdin, and they shared a kiss on screen. And shortly after that is when it was presented to the media that they were a couple. So Pete and Kim dated for about 9 months, and he had some tats put on him that was became very famous. So he had the "My girl is a lawyer" tattoo. Yes, he had the tattoo that said "My girl is a lawyer." 9 months. Now, what is the time for 678 439 7419? What is the time frame of when you should put something on your body, ink it on about a girlfriend or a boyfriend? I can't even say this is a spouse. It wasn't even 9 months at this time, but he had the tattoo that said "My girl is a lawyer," and he got the tattoo that said Aladdin and Jasmine, like because of the skit, right? So they did the little skit on Saturday Night Live. She was on her carpet and he was on his carpet, and they ended up being Jasmine and Aladdin. They got together, whatever. They shared a kiss, and boom, chemistry. So he had the tattoo. My brother's a lawyer. He had the Jasmine and Aladdin tattoo, and then he had a tattoo that was KNSCP, and it was just I'm looking at notes and my engineer is like, what? Why would they do that? But yes, and it was assumed that the KNSCP stood for Kim and her children. So you had K for Kim, N for North, S for Saint, C for Chicago, and the P for Song. So those tattoos are removed now. There, he's taken several pictures this week, and none of those tattoos were in the picture. So it's showing that I guess he's finally got over her. After they first broke up, and I want to talk about this because forever they had been assumed that Pete was not in a great mental headspace. Towards the end of their relationship, he was even arguing with Kanye West, Kanye Kardashian, and Kanye Kardashian had made several posts. He even made a song where he murders Pete in the song. And so Pete responded back to him like, "Hey, dude, I'm laid up with your girl, watching your kids. Move on." Shortly after that, of course, Pete was gone too. So Kanye is like, "We like twins. Neither one of us with her." But he had those tattoos of another man's child, and Kim, it's been less than 9 months. But he bounced back. He went to some type of therapy. They said he had to check in, and of course, Kanye was blamed for the therapy. But Pete is known to be a little shaky anyway in his mental stability. After he broke up with Ariana Grande, and he was claiming to be suicidal, and he was on drugs heavy during that time period as well. But now, the star of his movie, The King of Staten Island, if you remember, he made that movie as well, uh, King of Staten Island. He filmed with another young lady named Chase Sui Wonders. Now, I think I might be saying the Sui part wrong. It's spelled Sui. So Chase Sui, Chase Sui. I'm not sure. If you know, correct me. But Chase Sui Wonders. And now for the last 2 months, it's assumed that they are an item and that they have been dating. And he had his tattoos removed so that he can move on into his new relationship. So I guess congratulations, Pete. Congratulations, Kim. That's got to be a lot of stress to have this man out there getting tatted up. It was never reported that Kim had any tats on her about Pete. Nothing said my Saturday Night Live boo or anything was put on her arms or whatever. We don't. She don't like anything on her body. She's had all the hair on her body removed. Did you know that? She had all the hair on her body removed. She's supposedly spent over 30,000 a month in upkeep on her body. Yeah, between fillers, she talks about that, Botox, a little nip and tuck here and there, laser hair removal. Kim spends, she says, over 30,000 a month just on her upkeep, and she's been very public about not wanting any hair anywhere on her. So she wants just clean, fresh skin, no tats or any of that. But so while Pete was removing his tats, Travis Barker, who we know now is married to Courtney Kardashian, so we're gonna call him Travis Kardashian. Okay, so Travis Kardashian went and got tatted, and he put supposedly Courtney's eyes, her exact replica of her eyes, tattooed on his legs. I think that's a little bit better. They're at least married, and it's just a set of eyes. It's not my girl is a lawyer. It's not the kids' initials. So I think that might be a little bit better. I don't know. I really want to hear what other people think. So my husband and I, we have matching tattoos of our wedding rings, but I don't have anything that says like I'm Jay's. I belong to him. He doesn't have a big stamp of me on his forehead. So I don't know how I feel about all those tattoos, but we do have the matching tattoos, and again, married multiple years. It was 9 months. Pete was already out there getting polished up for Kim. So I don't know where I'm at with that. But congratulations, Pete, on your new relationship. There it is. There's my claps. Thank you, Nelson. I love sound effects. I need like a bunch of sound effects. I'm gonna have to get like the drum roll. I'm gonna get a tornado storm coming through, something like that. So I can be like, ooh, this storm just came through. I need something sizzling. So I can be like, ooh, zzz, it's hot juicy, right? Or a teacup on a tea. No, he's just laughing at me. Okay. Look, so doing this show, I have a male across from me who does nothing, who knows nothing about reality TV. I came in today, I was so impressed. He wanted to tell me about the little bit of reality TV. He's like, I saw Kylie Jenner and she had on this lion dress. I was like, oh, that's so cute. He's watching reality TV for me now. No, not for me. Mm-mm. Okay, okay, well, that went down south quickly. Thank you, Nelson, for busting my bubble. Remember, this is supposed to be my year of dreams. Let me dream. Let me dream. Love and Marriage DC is back. It's not catching as much heat or limelight as Love and Marriage Huntsville, but I will tell you what people have to say about Love and Marriage DC when we come back. I actually enjoyed the show. So stay here. I'm Mia C. We're living in reality, and this is 101 TKO Radio. You will be on reality TV. Reality on 101 TKO Radio. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for staying. Woo, that's for you. Those applause are for you because I want to thank you for being here with me. So, like I said, at the 3 o'clock hour, we are going to talk about the Kardashians. You got to keep up with the Kardashians, right? So, how can you do reality TV without talking about the Kardashians? Kylie Jenner. Now, there's a picture that's going around of her. It was some big, I don't even know what it was. It was some big gala. Okay, if it's not the Met Gala, I don't keep it in mind. But it was one of the big galas. And she came with her dress on, and the big lion head is Googleable. Googleable. You have to look it up. So she has the big lion head. And she's actually being compared to the dad on Coming to America. It's hilarious. Twitter put them side by side. If you remember King Joffy, and he has the lion head shawl going across him. So for her to come out with that dress and they had that, Black Twitter don't play. They stuck those pictures right up side by side. I thought it was hilarious. But Kylie just this weekend, now we already know that Kylie and Travis Scott keep up with the Kardashians. They have two children together. So the first child, Stormy, and now they just had a second child. So Stormy is about 5 years old. She'll be five February 1st. She'll be 5 years old. And they have a second child that was just born, and they didn't assign a name to the child, saying that the name had to be just right, and it's a lot in the name, and you don't just give any random names. So this child has been unnamed for about a month or two, and we haven't seen the child by face. She'll show an arm, they'll tweet out a leg on Instagram. The face will be covered, but she's holding the baby. So you never got to actually see the child. But finally, they have named the child. For a moment, it was rumored that the baby name was going to be Wolf, 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 and they didn't feel it fit the personality well. So they've changed the name. Drum roll. See, this is when I need my drum roll. But they changed the name, and the baby's name will be Air. AIRE. Air. So I really like that. The name is spelled AIRE, and it's supposed to represent billionaire. So, billionaire, BILLON, and then AIRE for air, billionaire, which we do know both parents are. Well, I'm not sure about Travis Scott, but we definitely know that Callie, with her Callie Cosmetics line, catapulted to billionaire status a couple of years ago. So the baby was named Air, and hopefully will follow in mom and or dad's footsteps and carry on the financial legacy. And I'm pretty sure, especially with the other cousins and the other family. Everybody's a billionaire family. How can you not be a billionaire, right? Well, I don't know. I guess you can ask Rob Kardashian. But Kylie and Travis announced that they had separated again because they do it constantly. So they are separated currently at this time. So Travis has no words on the name being put out or the pictures that she shared. He hasn't come in at all. So right now, this is just Kylie out here showing the baby finally and naming the baby Air. So congratulations, Air. You now have a name so that we can start keeping up with baby Air when we're keeping up with the Kardashians, right? Baby Air. Again, on 101 TKO Radio, I am Mia C. You can go over to our page on Facebook. We have a page, 101 TKO Radio, and you can see me actually live here in the studio. So watch me and listen to me and live with me in reality right now over there on the 101 TKO Radio page. Or you can give me a call, and you can give me a call up here at 678-439-7419 and tell me all about what you're living in reality with and how you're keeping up or not keeping up with the Kardashians. Either way, give me a call. I love the interactions and to talk to you about it. Now, what else is going on with these Kardashians? I'm going to take it over to Kanye Kardashian. I let you guys know last week that Kanye had gotten secretly married. Okay, we don't know much about the young lady he married. His divorce with Kim had only been finalized for a few months, and he's taken on a new spouse. So Kanye has married Bianca Censori, and I love her name. That's Censori, and it's spelled Censori. I love that. Bianca Censori. So she was a designer as well who worked with Kanye. So we know that he's known her quite some time. We're not sure if she's ever met any of the children or the family, but she's been around actively in Kanye's life for some time before they actually married. Well, this weekend he took Bianca to meet North. Now, is this their first time meeting or interacting? We're not sure. No one knows because, again, Bianca has worked with the Yeezy brand for some years. So it's possible that she might have encountered North at some point or even Kim at some point. But this weekend, they enjoyed a dinner together at Nobu. So, Nobu in California. So Kanye, North, and Sensory had that dinner together. It'll take North. You know, North is something. She'll go and take Kim's phone and log in and tell us what she's thinking. I mean, as soon as she logs on, everybody is tuned in. What is North talking about? But North is something. She is definitely her son's child. So if things wasn't right in the sauce, she would have logged on by now and let us know. that's who that's who she is. North is her son. What is it? Her father's daughter. She's definitely her father's daughter. Um, which way do I want to go with this? Let's talk about Chloe first because this is definitely unfortunate. Tristan Thompson, mother, has passed away. Now Tristan is linked to Chloe. He was a Kardashian at one point. He's not a Kardashian at this moment, but Chloe and Tristan are linked together. That they do have a child together, and she actually wanted to have her second baby with him to make sure that they still have the same father. She said that was very important to her. But their relationship, of course, ups and downs. He was constantly cheating. He was found to have cheated with multiple people. He even attempted to cheat with one of her friends at one point. We all know about how that happened. But her and Tristan, they still are very cordial and they get along well. She says they do a great job at co-parenting together. And unfortunately, his mother passed away. So Chloe went on to express how much hurt she's in that this was somebody that she deemed, I guess, in a motherly way in her own life. And so that it's really taking a toll on her. At the same time, she's also trying to be there for Tristan as the father, of her children, so of her child. And so Chloe has really like taken on several posts where she expresses it. She's wrote a full, I guess, is it article? Because technically it wasn't published until bloggers got to it to publish it. I don't know how that happened. How did a blogger get something you just wrote at home, supposedly in your notebook or journal? But she's going on to express her hurt and her pain that she's going through by losing Tristan's mom. So that was very sobering. And I was reading that like, wow, to know the connection that she had there and to know the dynamics between her and Tristan and how much that actually hurt her. So for that, we send out our condolences to Tristan and to Chloe. It's definitely unfortunate, and you guys definitely are going to need some healing. And maybe it'll help you guys be able to bond together and come back together. That's Chloe and Tristan, hopefully. So, talking about bonding and coming back together, Ray J and Princess Love. Again, can you believe they filed for divorce 3 times? Ray J and Princess have? Yes. And I would tell you what brought them back together this third go round, and hopefully it lasts this go round. But what brought them back this time together? That's Reggie and Princess. So keep it locked, keep it loaded, keep listening to me and C, as we're here living in reality on 101 TKO Radio. Now, if you are truly my cousin for real, you would have thought that was Usher's. So I'm sitting here and I'm just waiting on Young Miami to come in and JT, and I'm like, pull up on my star, pull up, where's that? Pull up on my, and it never came. And then Nelson says, Mika, you do know that's a sample that was taken from this. So this was the original. I was like, no, I don't know. You know, I'm so young. I'm so young out here. I don't know about those old songs. I don't know. I wouldn't know. I was just born in 2005. I'm so young. But so that was the original. And I was waiting for Usher and Young Miami come in. I started spilling tea about Young Miami. He's like, you do know that's not this song. But let me tell you the tea I was spilling about Young Miami. You know, Black Twitter don't. I have to do my own sound effects around here. We're gonna get the mouth smacking sound effect or the hot tea pouring. But Young Miami on her show, Carisha, that she has on Revolt Television, she was doing shots with Trina, the baddest chick. We know Trina. And she was doing shots with Trina, also from Love and Hip Hop Miami. But she was talking about how she liked to be urinated on. She likes to be urinated on. She says, you know, after having some shots and you take a shower and go ahead and let them pee on you. Trina was like, no, I don't really know about that one. I don't take enough shots for that. But Carisha went on to talk about how it's something that she enjoys in her relationship. Well, it didn't take long before Twitter started calling Puff Daddy Diddy P Diddy. How funny is that? He's P Diddy. I think that's so funny. But some things you don't have to divulge. Why are you out here telling your business? But she like being pissed on, so there's that. So, so thanks for your honesty, young MIA. Honesty. Back over to Ray J, right? We're talking about those Kardashians. I'm going to segue from those Kardashians over to Ray J because how do we know those Kardashians? Because of Ray J. Remember the whole sex tape thing? Okay. So Ray J has been going back and forth in this relationship with Princess Love, who was also on Love and Hip Hop with him, Hollywood. And they've been going back and forth in this relationship for years. One minute they're together, the next minute they're not. And right now is a together period. And so they've broken up and filed for divorce multiple times. They've been on many reality shows to try to amend their relationship. They've been to a couple of therapy sessions that's been broadcast for the world to see. They've done some behind the scenes. She's had problem with Ray J's family. Brandy and her have argued publicly on social media. On the show, the mother has shown her dislike for Princess Love, and through all of that, they still got married. She's had two children with Ray J. They divorced, filed for divorce multiple times, and now, as in typical Princess Love and Ray J fashion, Princess Love has retracted the divorce filing. I don't know if this is a yay or a nay, but they're no longer getting divorced. So Ray J shot a video and let us see his home that he's been living in for 2 months in Vegas. And he said, being there and working, that he just realized he needed to get his wife back. And he says, I need to get my wife back and start fresh. I love my family. So he's had an epiphany again that told him that this is what he needs to do. He says he has to fight his entire life to make sure that he sees his children happy, whatever it is, and his own unhappiness. He's going to do whatever it takes to make sure his children are always happy. Princess posted a picture, happy birthday to the best dad in the world, to Ray J. So, happy birthday, Ray J. All my Aquarians, stand up. Happy birthday, Ray J. The best dad in the world, Craig. In the world, Craig. Ray J is the best daddy in the world, Craig. So happy birthday, Ray J. Now we talk about their relationship being toxic and up and down and all these. You remember when he pushed her into the pool? I remember that scene on Love and Hip Hop Hollywood. They're having a quote unquote romantic dinner poolside, and they start having disagreements or whatever. And Ray J acts as if he's walking away and he's storming off. But if you look, he kind of nudge her hard enough that she falls over into the pool, and he keeps walking away like he's so bothered and affected. Meanwhile, she out there floating and drowning and swimming in weed pieces floating to the top. But it was him everybody was worried about. I love Ray J. He definitely knows how to provide some reality TV. At one point, I was told he was the highest paying male on reality TV. Now, I don't know if that still stands today, but at one point, he was the highest paid male. I think Safari's coming for him. Safari knows how to put him in show too. He was on Love and Hip Hop the other day. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about that, Mia. But toxic relationships. No one has more of a toxic relationship than Christian Rock. Okay, her and Blueface. Now we know her from Betty South. A little bit of a background about what Betty South is. Betty, like a bad girl, like I'm a bad chick. Betty South came from Natalie Nunn and Tanisha Thomas. Now, you might remember both of them were on the Bad Girl Club. Oxygen used to have a show called The Bad Girls Club. They would be in the house. These are girls with somewhat troubling backgrounds. I don't even know what was the purpose of putting them in the house together, but they were in the house. They had liquor and they had fights, and they got used. One scene that was really iconic for Bad Girls Club is Tanisha going through the house, waking everyone up, banging pans. It's like 4 or 5 in the morning, and she's going through the house and she's clapping pans together, doo, 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 to wake everybody up. Why? I don't know, but it's iconic and it was very memorable. And that's how you got to remember who Tanisha is. So Tanisha and Natalie teamed up together and they pitched the idea of a Betty South. And it seems to have the same premise. Get a bunch of girls with some dysfunctional backgrounds, put them in a house and give them some liquor. Let's see what happens. And what they expected to happen happened. There was a lot of fighting, a lot of arguing, and just a lot of drama. So that's on the Seuss Network. Okay. And so from there, that's where we got to meet Christian Rock. Now, she says she's a rapper. I don't know what song she's rapped on, what song she's made. I've yet to ever see in the studio. The only thing I ever see her in is a whole lot of drama. So her and Blueface have been known to have a lot of domestic violence incidents. You might have heard that she had his name tattooed on her face. They've had several fights. She's been suicidal. She's broken into his house. The police has been called, and she's been arrested. And Blueface as well. Now, and it took me a minute. I'm like, who is Blueface? Who is Blueface? I know he's a rapper, but who is he? He has that song "Bust Down, Tatiana, Bust Down, Tatiana," and you like grab your crotch and you dance your hips back and forth and you swing your arm in the air. Bust down, Tatiana. But if you're watching, go to the Facebook page and I'm going to show you the dance. Go to our Facebook page, 101 TKO Radio, and then you'll be able to see me do the dance. Let me see. So he goes something like "Bust down, Tatiana, bust down, Tatiana." See the things I do for my cousins. But so they started dating, and it's been nothing but toxic and tumultuous. So this week's update, because I literally would have to do a daily update for everything that they always got going. But she's pregnant now. So we would have thought that would have kind of calmed her down. No, this weekend she ended up fighting two women and she tried to stop Blueface from getting in the car with these women. Okay? Where's her mom? Where's her aunt? Where's just some kind of figure? I think I need to start some kind of support group, help for Christian Rock. I'm so serious. I think everybody's posting and they laugh and they criticize, but does she have any support? 678-439-7419. If you want to join the support group with me, and we're going to get Christian some help. But Christian Rock, I am praying for you in my Tyra voice. I am rooting for you. Other than that, keep it locked and loaded right here. 101 TKO Radio. I'm Mia C, and we are living in reality. Mia C. We're right here, living in reality on 101 TKO Radio. Doesn't LL look good? It's like he doesn't age or something. He's like how they say Lorenz Tate just doesn't age. But LL, who do you love, babe? Who do you love? He loves Simone, his wife. That's what he loves. At least that's what he's been pretending to love. He's doing a great job at showing it to the world for the last 30 years. You don't hear any negativity about LL and Simone. He stood by her side during her own breast cancer and helped her start her dripping line that we know as Sis by Simone. So, yay. Hey, LL. Sorry, Simone. But let's talk about some love. I haven't talked about love and hip hop, right? And so we all love and hip hop. And right now they're doing their whole family reunions in between seasons. So Love and Hip Hop is doing their family reunion and they're in Jamaica this go around. And they always try to tell us that it's hosted by somebody and blah 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 blah. But remember, I am your expert here to let you know what part is it real and what part is. So it's kind of fluff to say that Spice put together this trip and she handpicked these people to go to Jamaica with her. No, you didn't. You didn't. The producers did. And I have proof that the producers did this. This season has had more drama than any other. Like they literally sat down or put a chart on the wall and said, if we invite this person, who's that person's enemy or rival? Let's invite them. Every person on the show has a rival. And it's like, what did you expect to happen? They put them in these close quarters. It's very beautiful. Whatever resort they're at in Jamaica looks amazing. And so they put them there at this resort, and everyone has tension with someone, right? So even if you're there and you're with someone that you're friends with, in walks, duh, 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 my own sound effects again, duh, 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 by surprise, someone that they had some type of negative interaction with or some type of beef with, and either you're gonna try to amend it or it's gonna fester and get larger. Very first couple of episodes, right away off the jump, there's nothing but fighting and arguing. So from the start, who did we have one there? We had Carly originally and Tokyo. So you guys remember Carly from the Atlanta chapter, right? This is the whole school. But from the Atlanta chapter, and Tokyo and Carly are both from Atlanta. Okay. And I guess there was some beef with them that the regular viewers might not have known about, but they knew about. So when Tokyo gets there and arrives, she's in a foul disposition with Carly. They end up arguing. They end up tussling. And if you have ever seen Tokyo, you know she is a big girl. Okay, how they say two something to do something, she three something to be something. Like Tokyo is a big girl, and she swung Carly around that floor, just full mopping, just mop bucket swinging Carly. Carly's a little something, a lot older, whether she admits it or not, but an older woman, and so she had a battle on her hands or on her back, on her legs, on her side. But Carly unfortunately didn't fare so well in that altercation, and Tokyo sent home. And Tokyo sent home. So the producers put everybody in these positions and then say, if you show any violence, we're gonna send you home. Huh? But so they sent Tokyo home. Once the fight was somewhat over and people were separating them, Carly felt that Mariah Lynn had done something to her. And she had beef with Mariah Lynn. That was a whole nother tense issue or whatever that the producers were able to cook up and have them there. So Carly and Mariah Lynn had some issues as well. So after the fight happened and tension is already high and anxiety is up, adrenaline is flowing, Carly swings on Mariah Lynn. So producers come, everybody's to your room, we gotta separate. They shut everything down. So the next day, then Carly is sent home. So it's starting to become like a survivor situation. Who could really hang? This isn't a family reunion. This is a ring. This is a battle royale. We find out that Lyrica and Shakana has issues. So we know Lyrica from the Hollywood and Shakana from Atlanta. And so the backstory with them, I don't have a full understanding. It's not making sense to me. but Lyrica had a song, and supposedly she DM'd and asked Shakana to repost her music for her. And Shakana had some friend who's not in front of the cameras, who's off camera, who told her that Lyrica said, I never wanted her to represent my brand, something of that nature. What we do see is Lyrica comes in, she says, Hi, nice to meet you to Shakana, tries to shake her hand, and Shakana's like, Oh no, I would never shake your hand. And Lyrica's surprised, has no clue what's happening. She tells the camera, I've never met Shakana. I have no clue what this is about. I don't know. Shakana tells Lyrica, Hey, I heard you said I'm bad for your brand. Which you might be. But it says I'm bad for your brand. And they spend a couple of episodes in a negative space with each other, arguing, a lot of name calling. Shakana doesn't hold anything back to the point that she tells Lyrica her mama was the only superstar and she's old and washed up. Even your mom is old and washed up, something of that nature, whatever. And Lyrica and Shakana eventually get into their fist fight. I don't like the way Lyrica did it though. They were on total opposite sides of the room. Nobody was arguing at this moment. And Lyrica just walked over and just pow, hit Shakana, start fighting her, and there's that. So now Lyrica is sent home. And they're jumping like flies. But again, they're putting anybody who has any type of beef in this small space together and forcing the interaction. Like, I love that it didn't go that way for Mama Jones. So Chrissy and Mama Jones from the New York, they share Jim Jones in common. Mama Jones being Jim Jones' mother and Chrissy being Jim Jones' girlfriend for 18 years. And so they've always had a lot of issues on and off camera. And when Mama Jones came on the show, it was expected to be like, here we go, it's gonna be Mama Jones and Chrissy are going to be at it. But no, they were able to sit down like adults, talk through whatever their issues were, and they mutually agreed we are not going to be on this show clowning and acting a fool. So hats off, Chrissy. Hats off, Mama Jones. They definitely showed their maturity that even though the producers have put us in this situation, we control the narrative of who we are and how we want to be portrayed. Unfortunately, the other people failed to it. So there's that. But good job, Mama Jones and Chrissy. So even Shay and Amada. So this season they put Shay and Amada to know the history. They're both in Miami, and they had a lot of falling out between the way Amada did Shay's brother. She cheated on Shay's brother, had two children by Shay's brother's friend. Okay, and so follow that. Shay's brother friend, and they had a lot of issues on and off camera as well. The last time we seen them, they were edited arguing down in Miami, but they were able to come together and say, "Hey, we're not going to be on this over here in Jamaica acting up. We're not going to be portrayed in that way." So I forgive you. Do you forgive me? I do. We do. We hug and they move forward. So Shay and Amada, they managed to make this situation work for them, and I thought it was about to be some type of healing on love and hip hop. I'm like, okay, okay, I see what they're doing. They're putting all these quote unquote enemies there together to promote some healing. Mm-mm, mm-mm. They promote some fighting. They are promoting some fighting. It's super messy. So they played a game, and it was who all have been with Safari on the game. I couldn't believe that nearly half of the women there had been with Safari. Now, at this point, Safari's not on the show, okay? And they're not expecting, supposedly, wink, wink, Safari to be on the show. And they're raising their hands and they're agreeing and they're calling out the names of who all Safari has slept with and who he hasn't slept with and things of that nature. Of course, that ties us back into the argument with Lyrica. One of the biggest issues she had on the show with her then husband was that he felt she had committed adultery with Safari. It became a whole big thing. She said it ruined her reputation. She holds to that she never, ever slept with Safari. Safari never would admit that on the show. He just continuously let that stay out there. And so now Safari shows up on the show yesterday after everybody admitted to sleeping with him, and you're waiting to see what happens. Guess what happens? Safari tested positive for COVID and would not be able to interact with anyone. So what the producers had us all hyped up to see, unfortunately, we were let down, right? Just like I just did you, brought you up, and I'm bringing you down because we're going to go right back into the music. So stay locked and loaded. I got some more juicy reality talk coming up. Okay. So it's Mia C. We're living in reality on 101 TKO Radio.